Here's how you can turn criticism into a tool for self-improvement. I used to take criticism very personally, feeling defensive when someone would point out my flaws. But when I learned that it could be used constructively, it almost 10x'd my self-improvement and my growth. It shifted my complete approach of removing my ego. When you can view it as feedback, you're allowing yourself to grow faster and better. You gain insight, learn from others, and become stronger, more resilient in the face of those challenges. You might feel hurt or discouraged when you get criticism, thinking it's just a reflection of your own worth. We've all been there, feeling defensive or insecure. But reframing that criticism can be extremely powerful for the tool of self-improvement. Instead of reacting next time, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Start shifting your focus. Turn it from reaction to reflection and watch the growth transform your life. If you can remove your own ego for when you get criticism, you can uncover the different perspectives someone else might have on you, what you're doing, whatever action you took, what you put out, that we might not have been able to see ourselves. It highlights areas of improvement and encourages us to grow beyond whatever our thinking is, what our current limits are. When we embrace criticism, we're able to grow much more effectively. I used to dread getting feedback. I used to work with my dad, and whenever he gave me feedback, I'm like, oh, he just thinks I'm shit. He doesn't think I'm good enough. He doesn't, all these negative emotions that got tied into it, into my self-worth of when I would get any sort of feedback or criticism. Felt like it was an attack on my abilities. Over time, as I started to mature and grow up, I started to realize that it's just an opportunity to see potential blind spots and make positive changes. You see, the problem with taking criticism too personally, it'll lead you to go down a road of discouragement and defensive. It can cause us to close ourselves off from feedback. That, in reality, could help us grow. You miss a chance to learn from it. And in the long run, it can damage our self-esteem and hold us back from reaching our potential. If you can reframe your criticism to constructive feedback, the advantages of the opportunities you can grow with it will tenfold. If you just pause and reflect on the message itself, not the tone, and ask yourself, is there any truth to this? Could this help me improve? And to be honest, a lot of times there are things you can improve upon, but it's also up to you to decide if you want to take that criticism or slash feedback and apply it. There might be non-negotiables that you don't want to change, and that's your prerogative to decide. But a lack of that data will only harm you. It won't benefit you. And practice that self-reflection to say, is this something I can honestly work on? Or how this feedback can help me grow? You start to become more self-aware and understand areas of life that you may not be able to get visibility for. When you take it in stride, you build resilience. Instead of being hurt, you just take it as part of the journey, which is the most important part. It'll help you also improve your relationships. You'll be able to communicate more openly, and people will appreciate your willingness to learn. So to actually practice this, stay calm when you're receiving that feedback. Listen throughout and take a deep breath and realize that this is not about your self-worth. It's about helping you improve. No matter the intentions of the other person, it's still data you can use. It does not benefit you by start creating a conflicting relationship versus something you can just let them fully get the thought out and decide where to take action from there. And if the criticism feels vague, just ask a follow-up questions like, can you elaborate? Can you give me an example? And you know what? It shifts that tone of someone else who might be scared to give feedback because they're not sure how you react to, okay, he actually, I can help you, or he wants to get better. And people will actually hold you up to a higher standard and a higher light because they see you not as some emotional being, but someone who wants to be logical, be better. And all the feedback in the world is useless unless you start applying it. So set goals for improvement. For example, if the goal is regarding communication skills, create a plan to work on active listening or presenting with more clarity. Keep a journal to track your progress. It not only will help you reinforce growth, feedback, when used constructively, will help you see how far you've gone. It's just information. When you turn that into actionable steps, you're taking steps to become a better version of yourself. Next time you're seeing criticism, take a moment and step back and say, what can I learn from this? And embrace it as part of the journey to become better.